Hello, my lovely students. This is English with Ella, and today I'm going to teach you the first of advanced English tenses. And I recommend you to take a note and take a pencil so that you can rewrite the examples and make your own examples in your notebook. And if it's the first time you're watching my videos, don't forget to subscribe. Please stay with me and stay focused, and remember that this is the grammar, which is quite different than the grammars, the tenses that you have already learned, which was past simple. We had the past progressive, present simple, and present progressive. And I'll tell you all about present perfect. So in this video, I am going to tell you how we form it, to form it in negative, in question, and also the usage of it, and the typical mistakes that most of the students are making, because as I said, it's quite advanced. All right. So in most of the languages, or maybe in your language, there wouldn't be the difference between past simple and present perfect. Sentence such as I found it or I've found it. But in English, there's a difference between these two, and I'm going to explain all about it. Well, to give you a clear definition of how present perfect works, I have to tell you what past participle of the verb is. Well, the past participle, what am I saying? Okay. The past participle of the tense is the third form of the verb. So, for example, the verb speak, to speak, is the infinitive. The past simple is a spoke, and the past participle is a spoken. The same is with the verb eat. Eat, past simple, ate, past participle, eaten. The verb feel, past simple, felt, past participle, felt. Okay? Well, things are not so difficult for the verb regular, because as I told you previously, we have two kinds of verbs in English, regular verbs and irregular verbs. For the regular verbs, we only need to add ed at the end of the verb for past simple and also for past participle. But as you notice, things change a little bit different in the verb irregular because they don't follow the rules, as I told you before. Okay, sometimes they completely change their forms in past participle, as the first example, speak, spoke, spoken, or sometimes there's no difference between past simple and past participle, like felt and felt for the infinitive form of feel. And sometimes it doesn't change at all, like the verb caught, 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 caught. Okay? Well, to give you the form of affirmative in present perfect, I have to tell you, as normal, we start our sentence by using the subjects I, you, we, they, he, she, it, and then we have the helping verb conjugated correctly with the subject. So if the subjects are I, you, we, they, we have the helping verb have. If the subjects are he, she, it, we have the verb has. And then we have past participle form of the verb. So if you ask me how to know past participle, again, I'm telling you that the only way to know the past participle tenses is to learn them, is to memorize them. Okay? The irregular verbs are the things that you have to pay attention to, because the regular verbs are so simple. You just need to add ed at the end of the infinitive, right? Now here are some examples. I have called you many times. We have known each other since we were children. A new world record has been set in the 100-meter dash. Serena Williams has won her 24th Grand Slam title. A new study has shown that there is a link between the new diet and the heart disease. As you notice, at the beginning of our sentences, we have the subjects, I, we, Serena Williams, or we can say she, a new world record, or it, and a new study is, it can also be it, right? Then we have the helping verb. For the subjects, I, you, we, they, we have, and then for the subjects, he, she, and it, we have the helping verb has, right? And then we have the past participle form. So the past participle tense in the first sentence is called in the second that's known, we have known, let's say, that is the present perfect. The past participle form in the third sentence, that is has set, has won, and has shown, right? Guys, so this is how we form the affirmative of present perfect. As you look at these examples, you have to notice that we use present perfect for the actions that happened, that started happening at a point in the past. It's not important. It doesn't matter when it started. And if you want to see the connection between now to the future, I would say it's not important. It doesn't matter. So when it started in the past, and if it's going to continue to the present, to the future, it doesn't matter. All it matters is that it started at a point in the past and it has a result to now, to the present. So, for example, if you look at my first example, I said, I have called you many times, right? I have called you. It means that I called you in the past and still it has a result, right? It means that today is not over and I've called you maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 10 times, right? The day is not over, so I say, I have called you. Or we have known each other since we were children. We started to make friendship when we were 10 or 11, and now we're 30, we're 40, and still we're friends, and still we know each other, right? We didn't forget each other. We're still friends. We keep that friendship, okay? Or in the third sentence, a new world record has been set. Well, a new world record has been set, a point. It's set at a point in the past, and that record still exists, right? So it has a result to now. Or Serena Williams has won her 24th Grand Slam title. Serena Williams has she has her 24th Grand Slam title. All right? Maybe she won her 24th Grand Slam title yesterday or 10 years ago, but she still has it, right? She's a world champion. Or the last one, a new study has shown. Maybe that new study has shown, or the scientists discovered a month ago, or even 2 days ago, or to the very recent time, at a very recent time close to the present, but it still has the result to present. To form present perfect in negative, we keep the same structure as in affirmative. So at the beginning of our sentence, we have the subject, I, you, we, they, he, she, it. Then we have the helping verb, have for the subjects, I, you, we, they, and has for the subjects, he, she, it. And then we add not. Yes, here is the difference. here makes the difference in negative and in affirmative. After that, we have the past participle form of the verb, right? So, as an example, I say, I have not been to the museum today. He has not opened a factory. We have not traveled to Paris twice this year. As you notice, we have our subject, our helping verb, not, and then the past participle. Right? Guys, but you have to notice something, that in everyday speech, we do not use the complete form of have or has in our sentences. Instead, we shorten our sentence to speak a little bit faster. So we use the contraction. In English, it's so important. If you want to speak a little bit more natural, you have to use the contractions more than usual, almost always. So instead of saying, I have not been, I would say, I haven't been. Okay? Or he has not, he hasn't. We have not, we haven't. So instead of saying, I have not, let's say, I haven't. You have not, you haven't. We have not, we haven't. They have not, they haven't. She has not, she hasn't. He has not, he hasn't. And it has not, it hasn't. It's the same with affirmative. So instead of saying I have, we would say I've, you've, we've, they've, he's, she's, it's. But remember that they're quite different, especially he's, she's, and it's, because after them we have the past participle for present perfect. Okay? Don't misunderstand it with like, she's got an apple. Yeah, that's completely different, okay? To make present perfect in question, we just have the same structure, but we change the order of the first two words in affirmative form of present perfect. So, as an example, I would say, have you been to Canada? Has she won that trophy? Has he visited his grandparents? Have they gone to Paris? To answer in short, you just have to say or write yes or no. For the yes questions, for the yes answers, you have to say yes, I have, for example, or no, I haven't. For the positive answer, we cannot say yes, I've. It's wrong, right? So we cannot contract the affirmative answer. But for negative answer, we can use the contraction. It's the same with other questions. Has she won the trophy? Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. Have they gone to Paris? Yes, they have. No, they haven't. Has he visited his grandparents? Yes, he has, or no, he hasn't. To make question with one of the question words, we just need to keep the same structure in question form of present perfect, and we add one of the question words at the beginning of the sentence. So, to make it more clear, I give you some examples. Who has she gone with? What have you done? Where has he bought that? Which have you read? Why have they stayed there? As you notice, have they stayed there? And we add why, right? It's so simple, it's so easy. And for the answer, we also use present perfect as well. Now we get to the most important part of this video, which is the usage of present perfect. As I told you at the beginning of this video, I said that we use present perfect when we want to talk about an action that is started at a time. It doesn't matter when it is started. It is started at a time in the past, and there is a link between the past to the present. So it doesn't matter when it started. It doesn't even matter in the future what will happen in the future. The only thing that matters is the link that this action has from the past to the present. Therefore, you see present perfect in use a lot. So if you turn on the TV now, you will see and you will hear present perfect so many times, I promise you. Okay, because they talk about the actions that happened and they have the present impact. So first of all, we use present perfect when we're talking about the experiences, whether we had them or not. For example, we've ridden a horse. He hasn't gone to the concert. They've seen their favorite singer on the street. She hasn't eaten sushi. As you notice, I'm talking about the experience. Some people experienced that, some people didn't or haven't, right? That's why for the experiences, we almost always use present perfect. Don't forget that, okay? Next one, we use present perfect when we're talking about an unfinished action, something that has started in the past and is still continuing to the present. I don't care about the future, whether that action is going to be continued to the future or not. I just care about the moment. Okay? For example, she's worked in that company for 10 years. Well, she started working in that company maybe 10 years ago in January, February, or any time. And this sentence shows that she still works in that company, right? Or Dave and I have lived together since February 2021. Are we still together? Absolutely. This sentence structure shows that Dave and I still live together. So it also shows that we're married, for example, or we keep the partnership, right? We're not separated. We didn't get divorced. Or he has lived in Hong Kong for 1 year now. So he moved to Hong Kong, for example, from London to Hong Kong. And where is he now? He's still in Hong Kong, yes. Okay? Or scientists have discovered a new species of fish sea. So we also use present perfect when we're talking about our experiences, whether we had them or not. For example, we've ridden a horse. My brother has met his favorite singer on the street. He hasn't eaten sushi. They haven't gone to the cinema. as you notice, I'm talking about the experiences. Maybe I have experienced or I have done those things, or maybe I haven't yet, right? So don't forget that for experiences, we almost always use present perfect. Next one is the time that we use present perfect for unfinished actions. Something that started at a point in the past and still has a link or still continues to the present. I don't care about the future. I don't know what will happen, but I know that that action is still continuing to the present. For example, she has worked in that company for 10 years. This sentence shows that she started working in that company 10 years ago and she's still working there. Or Dave and I have lived together since 2021. So it means that we're probably married or we keep the partnership, we're not separated, right? We still live together. Scientists have discovered a new species of deep sea fish. So there was a discovery in the past and it's not over. You know, we still have that kind of discovery things, right? Or for example, Tesla has opened a new company in Japan. Once, maybe recently, maybe a long time ago, Tesla has opened a factory or a company and it still has that factory in Japan. That factory still exists there. The other example that I can say is that I ask you, have you eaten your breakfast? Or have you eaten your breakfast yet? Okay, I'm talking about an unfinished morning that we're in. So I'm asking, have you eaten your breakfast yet? The morning isn't over yet. That's why I'm using present perfect. We also use present perfect when we're talking about unknown time in the past. For example, have you ever been to Germany? If I ask you this question, don't tell me when you have been because I don't care about it. The only thing I care about is that I would like to know if you have been to Germany even once or not, right? So if I ask you this sentence, do not tell me, yes, I went to Germany last year, okay? Because I didn't ask when you did that or when did you go there. I just asked you if you have ever been there or not. Or, for example, if you invite me to watch a movie together and I ask you, what kind of movie are we going to watch? And you say, we're going to watch Barbie. I say, oh, I've watched that movie before. It means that I don't want to watch that movie again because that action took place at a time in the past and I don't like to do it again. Next usage is for the finished actions. Something that happened in the past, it doesn't continue to the present. The only thing that it has is just the result. For example, Mary has sent the email in the morning. It shows that still we're in the morning and the email was sent by Mary. Okay, so Mary sent that email a few minutes ago or an hour ago or 2 hours ago, right? Or I've been to Indonesia. In that case, I'm showing my experience, plus I am just telling you that I went to Indonesia maybe a month ago, but I came back, right? Now I'm in London. So I just tell you that something was finished. It's over. So I say, I've been to Indonesia. Or they found the keys in the cupboard. Do they have the keys? Yes, they do. Where did they find it? In the cupboard, right? So an action that happened in the past, they opened the cupboard and they found the keys and they still have the keys. So we say, they've found the keys in the cupboard. It's done. It's over. I've done it. And we've got into the last part of the video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to thumb up. It would be amazing if you do so. And subscribe if you haven't yet. And if there's any question and any suggestion, please drop me a comment. I would definitely answer. And looking forward to meet you soon. Bye.